I have to say I'm just getting rather frustrated with this sense of entitlement that we've seen from an organization that seems to think we're picking on them. It's about getting answers. We just need to get answers. We need to finish this report. We need to do due diligence. This is our work. This is our right as parliamentarians. Questions about finances of an organization are absolutely fair questions to ask, and I think we've gone out of our way to do this in a fair way. To Mr. Erskine-Smith's point, and I think it is really important that we cross all the T's and dot all the I's. This committee has certain powers, but it has to exercise those powers within a context of making sure that we follow the rules that are given to us as parliamentarians. I'm very frustrated that I didn't get answers, that we've gone out of our way, but I think that this next step of saying, I think 5 days is more than enough. We want those answers. If we're not getting those answers, then I refer it to the House. I mean, we need to move on with this report. If we're going to, we don't have time to play games when it's about the work and the right of parliamentarians to get answers. So I would support my colleagues who say, let's do this right. Let's ask him one more time that we've got 5 days, and if not, then we'll refer this to the House. So I'm more than willing to accept the suggestions made by my colleagues. Thank you.
Mr. Angus, we'll turn back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wanted to raise an issue of privilege relating to our work and our ability to get answers on the issue of the We Charity scandal. I won't take too much time, but I think it's very concerning because part of the role that we had to do in terms of finalizing the study was that after 8 months, none of us around this committee actually have any real sense of how the Kielburger operation works. We know of We Charity. We know that there's a multitude of side companies, but we don't really have a sense. So when questions were being raised, we cannot say we've actually done the due diligence. This was why we agreed to have Mr. Victor Lee testify. We've attempted for a number of months to have Mr. Victor Lee. We issued a legal summons for Mr. Victor Lee. He said he was feeling sick, and I think we were all very reasonable and did something that I've never heard of being done before, offering to let him answer questions in writing. What concerns me, and the reason I'm bringing it forward, is that a number of questions that were asked were not answered. And I can only see that that decision not to answer key questions was deliberate, and I would suggest that that's an infringement on the work of our committee. I'm not going to go through all of them, but some of them are key. What compensation, financial or otherwise, have you received from any of the related corporate companies or real estate? What other We-related, Kielburger-related entities are you involved with in a capacity as a director or CFO? We have been informed that staff at Free the Children, We Charity, were paid through Me to We, the for-profit arm. How many employees were paid through the for-profit wing while working for the charity? Do the founders have signing authority at We Charity and or any other We organizations? How many organizations, corporations, charities, etc. are in the global We family? Please list them and where they are registered. He refused to answer that. How many of these companies, organizations are owned partially or entirely by We founders Craig and Mark Kielburger or Roxanne Joyal? He refused to answer that. Does We Charity, Me to We, or any subsidiary organizations do any business with companies owned by the founders or their family members, and this includes from rent on property, purchase of goods and services? Refuse to answer that. What financial systems do you use to track and account for any donations coming into the Kielburger-related organization? How far do these records go? He refused to answer that. We're dealing with a charity, and we're asking questions about donor tracking. What systems and structures do you have in place to ensure the designated funding is actually spent in the appropriate places? He did not answer that. Please provide a list of all schools, along with the country, addresses, location, and what donor funds went into its construction. He did not answer that. That should have been one of the easiest questions to answer because we were told about all the good work they're doing with children. This is an opportunity for them to explain exactly where the donor funds have gone and what they built. Please indicate any schools that we built for any other foundations. We know that they've been involved, so what have they done? How many hospitals has We Charity Free the Children built in the past 25 years? Please provide a list of all hospitals, along with the country, addresses, location, and what donor funds went into its construction. He did not answer that. How many villages were adopted in the last 25 years? He did not answer that. We asked about the property that they own. And the reason these questions are important is because we were told last week, time and time again, by the Kielburger brothers about the incredible good work that they've done on behalf of children around the world. And this was an opportunity for them to clear the record, particularly in light of the very, very concerning allegations raised by Bloomberg, by Fifth Estate, by other journalists. So, Mr. Chair, I feel that my rights as a member have been impeded by the fact that Mr. Victor Lee was given a legal summons. We agreed to let him answer in writing, and he has not answered key questions about the financial structure and operations of this organization. I would like to turn it over to the committee. I think that this is a serious issue. I think it is a prima facie case of contempt. The question is do we give him a period of time to answer those questions? What should we do? But I think this is not just about me. This is about the work of our committee.
Okay, with regards to the discussion on the motion or the question before the committee, I'll turn to members that have indicated their hands are raised. Madame Shanahan, your hand was raised before this issue was brought up. Did you want to get on the speaking list with regards to this question as well? Okay, Madame Shanahan, we'll turn to you first.
Thank you very much, Chair, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to extend to Mr. Angus my just how appalled I am that we are here to discuss today. It to me is nothing but a fishing expedition by the opposition, and testimony on this issue, where I think that we have shown on the Liberal side that we have been very collaborative in bringing forward.
Madame Shanahan, I don't want to interrupt. I'm reluctant to, but I will interrupt. I just want to verify that right now we are discussing the matter of privilege that Mr. Angus brought forward with regards to the lead documents. We can do. Nobody has actually moved a motion with regards to the 1046 request for the meeting. I'm certain that will happen in due course, but I think that it would be helpful for members if we debated these in order. And so I'd like to get committees the sense of where a committee is with regards to the point of privilege that was brought forward first by Mr. Angus.
Understood. So then on the second point of privilege regarding Victor Lee, again, I think that this is where we have shown our collaboration and certainly our agreement.
Don't forget to like, dislike, subscribe, and comment. Safe Space Cafe. And always, have a good day.